He was the biggest artist on the planet. A man who could have kept every song he ever wrote, put his name on every record, and watched the royalties roll in forever. Instead, he gave them away. Not out of charity, not for the press. He gave them away because he believed in people, because family meant something, because real artistry isn't about hoarding greatness, it's about sharing it.
Let you get away. All you need, what a price.
Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on 10 songs Michael Jackson wrote but handed to someone else. Some became massive hits, some got buried. All of them carry his fingerprints, and his name isn't anywhere on the cover. Let's get into it. Number 10. All Right Now, Ralph Tresvant, 1990. New Edition had just split, and Ralph Tresvant, the pretty boy, the smooth voice, the one they built the group around, was putting together his first solo album. He needed material. What most people don't know is that Michael Jackson co-wrote a track for him.
I'll make you know I am your man. Now, yes, it's all right now.
All Right Now, never released as a single, deep album cut. But if you owned that self-titled debut, you heard it. Michael co-wrote it with John Barnes, one of his most trusted collaborators from the Bad era. And you can hear MJ's fingerprints all over it. The rhythm, the way the melody moves, that effortless vocal arrangement. Ralph was already riding high with Sensitivity, his #1 smash. But All Right Now was a different energy. Quieter, more intimate. The kind of track that doesn't scream for attention, but stays with you anyway.
Will be all it can be for this time. It's all right, baby. Yeah.
And here's the thing. Michael didn't need the credit. He was the biggest artist on the planet. He didn't need the check either. But Ralph was a younger brother in the game, someone Michael respected. So he gave him the song. No fanfare, no press release. Just dropped it into the track list and kept it moving. That's how Michael operated. Ralph's debut went platinum, and All Right Now became one of those tracks that real fans know. If you followed Ralph's solo run, you know the one.
Right now, you see, I'll be all yours. Be all right. It's all right now. Yes, it will.
Number 9. You're the One. Jennifer Holliday, 1985.
She look at me and say, when you grow older, everything will come in time. If you...
Jennifer Holliday, Broadway legend. The woman who stopped Dreamgirls dead in its tracks with And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going. One of the most powerful voices ever recorded.
Someday you'll find what one a good man.
In 1985, she's working on her second album, Say You Love Me, and Michael Jackson co-writes the title track with Alan Buzz Cohan. If you've never heard it, you missed something. You're the One was never released as a single. It just sat there on the album. And that's the wild part. Michael wrote a song specifically for one of the greatest voices in music, and it never saw the light of day. The label went with other tracks. Hard Time for Lovers, No Frills Love, both solid. But You're the One was the opener. The statement, the moment that should have set the tone. You can hear Michael's production style all over it. The layered vocals, the build, that emotional crescendo. He wrote it specifically for Jennifer's range. And when she sings it, you feel every word.
There were many men, but none of them that found my true love. Then before I knew what happened.
But the industry didn't give it the push, didn't see the vision. Here's what gets me about this. Michael didn't write throwaway tracks. If his name was on it, he meant it. So Jennifer Holliday got a Michael Jackson original, and most people never even knew it existed. If this channel reminds you of a song or artists, please like, comment, and subscribe so you can see more of our videos and for YouTube to show this to other people. Let's get back to it.
Way
Number 8. We Are the World. USA for Africa, 1985. January 1985. Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie locked themselves in Michael's home at Havenhurst for a week, writing, refining, building something that would change music history. Harry Belafonte had issued a call to action. The Ethiopian famine was catastrophic. Band-Aid had just dropped Do They Know It's Christmas in the UK. And Belafonte said, "We need black folks saving black folks." Lionel agreed, called Michael, and they got to work. Lionel laid down melodies. Michael added music the same day. Finished the demo overnight. Drums, piano, strings, chorus. Quincy Jones couldn't believe how fast he worked. January 28, 1985. The recording session. 45 of the biggest stars in music gathered at A&M Studios in Hollywood right after the American Music Awards. Sure, there was a sign on the door. Check your ego at the door. Stevie Wonder, Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan, Diana Ross, Ray Charles, Tina Turner, Willie Nelson, Cyndi Lauper, Billy Joel. Everyone showed up. We Are the World hit number 1. Stayed there for 4 weeks. Sold over 20 million copies worldwide. Became the biggest selling single of the 1980s. Raised over $63 million for famine relief. Won Grammy Awards for Record of the Year and Song of the Year. And it became more than a song. It became a movement. Michael Jackson co-wrote it, then gave it to the world. That's the whole story right there.
When you're down and out, and there seems no hope at all. It's just you and me.
Number 7. Nighttime Lover. LaToya Jackson, 1980. LaToya Jackson is stepping out on her own, self-titled debut album, trying to carve her own lane, separate from the Jackson family legacy, and separate from her little brother, who is about to become the biggest star on the planet. Michael co-wrote a track with her, Nighttime Lover. Here's where it gets interesting. Michael and LaToya originally wrote this song for Donna Summer. Different title, Fire is the Feeling. Donna passed on it, so LaToya took it for herself. Michael produced it, sang on it, and if you listen close, you can hear his voice weaving through hers. LaToya performed it on American Bandstand in 1980. For a moment, it looked like she might break through, but the single didn't catch fire the way they hoped. Michael didn't have to do this. Off the Wall had just changed his life. He was blowing up. But LaToya was family, and family meant something to Michael, even when the industry didn't make it easy.
Hold me tighter and don't let go. So tonight, I need your
The song has that late 70s, early 80s disco funk feel. Groovy, sensual, the kind of track that would have fit perfectly on a Donna Summer album, but became a LaToya Jackson deep cut instead. If you've ever helped a sibling chase their dream, even when you knew the odds were long, you know exactly how that feels. Number 6. Eaten Alive. Diana Ross, 1985.
Ladies.
Diana Ross, 1985. Coming off Missing You, her number 1 hit earlier that year. She teams up with the Bee Gees for her Eaten Alive album. Michael Jackson co-writes the title track with Barry and Morris Gibb. He also co-produces and sings on it. Here's the problem. The song is a mess.
See, ain't what you find in a modern time when I'm picking my if you can die just what I can.
Critics hated it. Incomprehensible lyrics. Diana's voice buried in echo. Barry Gibb's falsetto and Michael's ad-libs fighting each other the whole way through. It peaked at number 77 on the Hot 100, number 10 on the R&B chart, and only because R&B radio gave Diana more grace than pop stations did. This was supposed to be a powerhouse collaboration: Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, the Bee Gees. On paper, it's unstoppable, but the execution was chaotic. Too many cooks, too many ideas. Not enough focus.
Chances I'm the faster one. I know possible. It's not impossible to do.
Even Diana's biographer called it out, said releasing Eaten Alive as the lead single set an unfair tone for the album. But here's what you need to understand. Michael didn't phone it in. He showed up. He wrote. He produced. He sang. He gave Diana everything he had. Sometimes, even greatness can't save a bad decision.
To be eaten alive, eaten alive.
The song did hit number 3 on the dance charts. Somebody was playing it in the clubs. And the music video, directed by David Hogan, Diana playing a demonic Catwoman seducing men, became a campy cult classic. But as a single, as a Michael Jackson co-write, Eaten Alive was a commercial disappointment. And if you've ever done everything right and still watched it fail, you know exactly how that hurts.
Scheduled to appear are Aerosmith. Aha!
Number 5, Centipede, Rebby Jackson, 1984.
Neil Allen.
And Neil, you're both familiar with the Soul Train Scramble Board, right?
Yes.
Rebby Jackson and Centipede.
Rebby Jackson, the oldest Jackson sibling, and by 1984, every single one of her brothers, and most of her sisters, had already put out albums. But Rebby waited. She was 34 when she finally stepped into the studio. She wanted to raise her daughters first, make sure they were secure before she chased the music. And when she was ready, Michael wrote and produced her debut single. Centipede, September 1984. The song drops and it's everywhere. Michael's backing vocals are unmistakable. The Weather Girls, Martha Wash and Azora Armstead, fresh off It's Raining Men, are singing background too. And the production, pure Michael Jackson, layered, funky, tight. Centipede peaked at number 24 on the Hot 100, number 4 on the R&B chart, went gold. And for Rebby, it was validation, proof that she didn't need to rush, didn't need to compete. She waited for her moment, and when it came, Michael made sure she had the best song he could give her. Now, here's the detail that nobody can explain. Michael dedicated the song to, and I quote, "my mannequin friends." Nobody knows what that means, not even Rebby. Michael had his mysteries, but the song worked. Rebby's album peaked at number 63 on the Billboard 200, and Centipede became her signature, the one song everyone knows. If you've ever waited your whole life for the right moment, then finally took your shot, you know how that feels. Number 4, Muscles, Diana Ross, 1982. Diana Ross, 1982. She's making the move from Motown to RCA, trying to stay relevant in the new decade. And Michael Jackson, fresh off the beginnings of Thriller Mania, writes and produces a song specifically for her, Muscles, named after Michael's pet boa constrictor. True story. The song is Diana Ross doing her version of the fitness craze that Olivia Newton-John had just set off with Physical. Diana purring about wanting a muscle-bound lover. It's campy, it's fun, it's undeniably 80s. Muscles hit number 10 on the Hot 100, number 4 on the R&B chart, went gold. And it earned Diana her 12th Grammy nomination, Best Female R&B Vocal Performance.
But it ain't enough for me. real personality, but that's alright for them.
But here's what most people don't know. Michael sang uncredited background vocals on the track. His voice is layered in there, supporting Diana the whole way through. MTV wasn't playing much black music in 1982, but BET put muscles in heavy rotation. And if you were at a black cookout, a roller rink, or a house party that year, you heard it. Michael gave Diana a hit, and she delivered. Number 3. Say, Say, Say. Paul McCartney featuring Michael Jackson, 1983. Paul McCartney, Michael Jackson, 1983. Two of the biggest names in music history, and they co-wrote a song together that sat at number 1 for 6 weeks. Say, Say, Say was recorded during the Tug of War sessions at AIR Studios in London in 1981. Paul brought Michael into his home. They wrote together at the dining table, traded melodies. Michael said later that working with Paul, no Quincy Jones to correct mistakes, just 2 equals creating, did something for his confidence. The song dropped in October 1983, right in the middle of Thriller mania. Michael was having the biggest year in pop music history, and Say, Say, Say gave him his 7th top 10 hit of the year. His 3rd number 1. The music video was iconic. Bob Giraldi directed it. Michael and Paul playing con men named Mac and Jack in a Depression-era traveling medicine show, hustling, performing, dancing. The chemistry was undeniable. Say, Say, Say went gold, sold over 1 million copies, and in 2013, Billboard ranked it the 41st biggest hit of all time on the Hot 100. But here's what makes this bittersweet. 2 years after this song was recorded, Michael bought the ATV catalog, the publishing rights to most of the Beatles songs. Paul had actually advised Michael to invest in music publishing. Michael took that advice, then outbid Paul for the Beatles catalog. Their friendship never recovered. But Say, Say, Say remains, a moment frozen in time before the business ruined everything. Number 1. This Had to Be, The Brothers Johnson, 1980. The Brothers Johnson, George Lightning Licks Johnson and Louis Thunder Thumbs Johnson, Los Angeles funk legends. By 1980, they'd already given you Stomp, Strawberry Letter 23, and I'll Be Good to You. They were untouchable. For their 4th album, Light Up the Night, they got a co-write from Michael Jackson. Fresh off the success of Off the Wall, already deep in his creative partnership with Quincy Jones, who produced both Michael's albums and the Johnsons' records. The song was called This Had to Be. Michael co-wrote it with the brothers. He also sang backing vocals, though you'd never know unless you read the liner notes. The song didn't chart high, didn't become a smash. But if you were locked into that Light Up the Night album in 1980, you heard it. And you felt the groove. Here's what matters about this one. The brothers Johnson were musicians, virtuosos, and Michael respected that. He wasn't trying to overshadow them. He was collaborating, trading ideas, building something together in the studio. That's how real artistry works. Not ego, not competition, just creation. And the relationship went both ways. Louis Johnson, Thunder Thumbs himself, ended up playing bass on Billie Jean a couple of years later. So Michael gave them a song. And they gave him one of the most iconic bass lines in music history. That's how the game works. When everybody's focused on the music,
There's a